Hey everybody, it's Chad from Six Blog. I'm Stick. I just want to do a quick little video and do an unboxing. As you can see, I just got a package in from campsaver.com. And real quick, like I said, I want to do an unboxing and just talk about what I got here and why I got it. It's not going to be an official review or anything like that because, as you can see, I've just now taken it out of the box. But I just want to talk about it for just a minute. EDC for the day is my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Still just loving this thing. It's a great knife. So, go ahead and open it up here. And I'm sure that you've read the title of the movie here, so you probably know what it is already anyway. I'm sure nothing's in there. I've done that before. Here's one thing, actually, that I got. That's not what this video is about. I just actually needed something to get my order up a little bit over 50 bucks. So I just picked up. This is just an MSR folding spoon. It's supposed to weigh like, I think, 0.4 ounces. It's just a plastic spoon. I may give this a try. I don't know. I don't know how it works right now. But anyway, just a plastic spoon. It's like 2 bucks. So it got my order over $50. It was either spend 2 bucks on this or spend $9 on shipping. And then this is what I got here. And sent me a cool little Camp Saver sticker. But as you can see there, first off, this is an Irregular. Now what this is the ProLite 3. It's a size small. A couple of days ago, I asked on my Facebook page for my blog what kind of, for those people that use 3/4 length pads, I was curious what kind of pads they used and why they used them. I used to have the regular Neo Air, the original Neo Air, you know, the yellow and silver on the bottom, and I absolutely loved it. However, it finally died on me. It started leaking. Couldn't find a leak, so I ended up getting the X-Lite. I didn't like the X-Lite because it had tapered head and foot end. I prefer to have a straight, you know, rectangular cut. So ever since then, I've been using the X-Lite, and I bought the large size. That way, I wouldn't notice the taper quite so much. And I'm fine with it. The pad only weighs 15.5 ounces, which is really a great weight, considering the size of the pad. But here recently, for some reason, I got on a kick, and I started looking at 3/4 length pads. I have an old ProLite 4. It was actually my first air mattress, and I always thought that it was pretty comfortable. Actually, I was always pretty happy with the comfort that it provided until I went to my Neo Air, and then I stopped using it altogether. Also, my ProLite 4 it's a regular size, 20 inches wide, 72 inches long. It's an 1.5 inches thick, and it weighed somewhere around 25 ounces. So that was, once I started getting into ultralight backpacking, that was a little over my weight limit that I wanted to carry for a pad, which is why I was so happy with my Neo Air. However, I started looking around, and I realized that you could get a small ProLite 3, and it is listed at 11 ounces. I'm going to weigh that in just a minute. But the cool thing about this is it's only 1 inch thick. It's not 1.5 inches thick like my ProLite 4. However, what I like about my ProLite 4 is that it's just a flat top. It doesn't have all the baffling and all that stuff in it. That's one reason why I like my Neo Air so much, is because although it is baffled, it's got much more of a flat feel than some of those vertical baffled sleeping pads like the Expeds or the Big Agnes insulated air cores and stuff like that. So I like that flat feeling. And actually the other day I was laying in the yard. I'd set up a tent just messing around, and I carried my ProLite 4 out there, and I was laying there, and that's what made me start looking. And I looked around and I found this one here. It's an Irregular. This is the size small. It's 20 inches wide, 47 inches long, and it is tapered. Now my theory on this is that even though it's only 47 inches long, it's only 1 inch thick. So it's not going to be a huge drop off like I would if I was using one of my Neo Airs or anything. That's the one thing that always put me off about short air pads, was that drop off from my legs. I'm not so concerned about the insulation or anything like that. It's just that it just seems uncomfortable to me. But however, after I looked and I realized these ProLite 3s were only 1 inch thick, I thought, you know what, between my backpack and a 1/8 inch Gossamer Gear thin light pad that I would likely carry anyway as a sit pad, that would really take that 1 inch and build it up, and I would have pretty much close to a full length pad. And since these are only listed 11 ounces, I could save 4.5 ounces off of my full size NeoAir X-Lite, the large. So looked around. These things normally go for $80, $79, but Camp Saver had one left for $47. But as you can see, it was an Irregular. They list Irregulars as it could be slight discoloration on the material. It could have a blurry logo printed on it. And then I have read some where people said that they've actually got them with patches on them. I'm hoping that this one doesn't have a patch on it. I'm hoping it's just a blurry logo or something like that. But anyway, I'm going to check it out. I do want to say too, the R value on this is 2.2. That's okay with me, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the whole R value thing. But anyway, I'm going to open this thing up, and the first thing I'm going to do is weigh it. I don't believe that it comes with a stuff sack or anything like that. Could be wrong. Also, just so you know, I don't use the stuff sack. I'll just fold this thing up, and or I'll just kind of fold it in half and line it in my backpack. So first off, I'm just going to weigh this, and I will say I think it is the I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like that patch is kind of crinkled up. Looks like it may have been wrinkled whenever they try to apply it or something like that. And if you can also see right up underneath it, it is stamped as Irregular. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh this thing. If there's nothing else in it, it should come in at the 11 ounce-ish mark. So I'm going to weigh it. And I'm going to say there's something in here because it's coming in at 12.1 ounces. And it doesn't look like there is. Yeah, there is. Okay. Oh wow, it actually came with a stuff sack. Looks like it came with a stuff sack. I wonder if it comes with a repair kit. Nope, it didn't come with a repair kit. So let's just see here. I'll weigh this one more time without all this in there. It's difficult. Looks like 11.2 ounces. Yep, 11.2 ounces. So it's 4.3 ounces lighter than my full-size NeoAir X-Lite. But anyway, there it is. Now this pad does taper. I don't think that's going to be so much of an issue because it's so short. Really, this is just going to be a kind of a torso pad for me. Well, a little bit more than a torso pad. I could have went for the extra small. However, if I would have done that, I don't think they had any of the Irregulars. But I could have went with the extra small, but to me, that might have been a little too small. The extra small only weighs 8 ounces though, so I will admit it was pretty, it tempted me. But anyway guys, the ProLite 3, I'm going to blow this thing up because it's probably going to take a minute. I can tell it's inflating just a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to take a little bit. And I can say by looking at this and looking at my old ProLite, I can tell that they saved a lot of weight too, because these cutouts on the inside, the foam, is much bigger than the cutouts on the inside of my ProLite, which may have something to do with the R value, because I'm wanting to say the R value on my ProLite 4 is closer to 3, somewhere in there. I don't know. Now, of course, I'll leave this thing inflated overnight to see to make sure it's still going to be inflated tomorrow when I come home. But anyway, ProLite 3. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody that answered the questions on my my Facebook page the other day. Like I said, I asked what kind of pads everybody was using. I will admit, a lot of people said that they were using this pad. A lot of people are, of course, using some of the Neo Airs that they've cut down themselves, or just the small Neo Air or something like that. But anyway, this did seem to be a pretty popular option. And at 11 ounces, I don't think it's too bad. I don't know. I think it looks promising. So anyway, guys, appreciate you watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them below. Do my best to answer any of the questions you may have or reply to the comments. And guys, I appreciate you watching. Talk to you next time.